So this has been a pretty big point of discussion as well. GT for the Global Dokkan campaign. Now, again, we're still 9 days away, so hopefully we'll see some teasers or stuff. Tonight maybe is gonna be like the LRTN EZA review or something. It's gonna be a bit dry for the next week-ish, but at least by that weekend, we should get a good idea about what's happening. I mean, next week is gonna be like the countdown, so we could have like I don't think there's gonna be countdown images then, but like their data down on like the 30th and countdown starts that night or something, right? So we'll see. And again, maybe like around here we'll actually get like, oh, what events are returning for the countdown. That could be a really big part. But yeah, again, a lot of people have been talking about GT, and at first I was not like in like a GT mindset. I'm like, I don't really think like that's gonna be a thing, especially because we did have like, I think a lot of GT options exhausted. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I mean, another Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would never be wrong, right? And there is actually a bit of things that suggest GT could actually be part of a major celebration soon, whether it's 11th anniversary, a celebration next year, a Tanabata, like whatever the case is. There's a good amount of stuff tying within. We're gonna talk about it here today. I think first and foremost, EZAs. Again, there's a few GT EZAs I think can be considered, especially when it comes to Super EZAs. I think is the biggest thing. But I mean, if we take a look here in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, like what are they? He's like all the way back here actually. Like he's like the third oldest premium character without an Extreme Z Awakening. What are they waiting for with this guy? I mean, we could say Daima. It could be GTX Daima too, by the way. It could be like part 1 Daima, part 2 GT. Like that's very possible. Like what are they holding on to this guy for? What are they waiting for, right? It's a thing of, this is a character. I mean, it's gonna be incredibly silly if they somehow fumble this guy, but this is a character that I think they're gonna hold with very much care. And another reason why I think so is because they made Tech, Khalifa, and Kel very good as a fusion character. I think the only reason why they're as good as they are is because it's a Kefla character. It's a fusion. I think the only fusion like fumble you could probably say happened this year, and wasn't even as big of a deal as people said, was Angel Super Vegito. I mean, you're not really running him now at this point, but like you could still like arguably run this guy like very easily as a supportive role, same as Gogeta, right? I mean, most of the fusions ended up being quite good overall in difficult content. A lot of people don't like the Angel Vegito. I think he's not as offensive as people make it out to be, but this guy, I think, with this counter, he just has super effective already in here. This active skill like could be so powerful. I mean, very easily they could make him a stacker as well. Like it's very easy to make this guy good, and I don't think that they're gonna miss the mark with this guy. They probably would rather make him overpowered than underpowered with this character specifically, but we'll see. I mean, who knows? Sometimes they end up balancing these characters pretty decently well. Then if we keep looking here, there is LR Super 17 as well. LR Super 17, another one of the older previous characters without an awakening. I mean, he is the fifth oldest character without an awakening here. Maybe if there's like a lot of GT boss and stuff like that, they could add it to his passive. I actually think that this guy should be saved more so for an Android celebration. Like, if you get like an LR Super Android 13 or something, like in part 2 of a celebration next year, then maybe we could actually get this guy's awakening, because he is tied more so with target Goku and androids. They could always add GT bosses to this, right? Especially if we get like an Omega or something like that. Like they could design this guy's kit around being also on like that team. But this character, I think really with like a bunch of these android characters, I mean, we see those are by far his best linking partners. The other Super 17's 13, again, I talked about right here. Maybe like a Mira, Fusions of Mossy who works well, but like there's a lot of situations where this guy's actually going to be very good. Now, we'll see. I mean, again, ideally they just like somehow remove this restriction in some way, I think that would be the best case scenario. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see what they exactly do with that. But you know, obviously for a GT celebration, a GT character right there, that could very easily easy A. And then we have Tech Pan. Tech Pan is another Extreme Z Awakening. So there's like a couple of options here for Extreme Z Awakenings. Now you could say, oh, if they're planning a major GT celebration, would they have easy aid the Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta? Potentially not, right? But also there is a pretty decent GT theme during the anniversary as well. So, I mean, I don't think it's the biggest deal of all time. Tech Pan, you know, if we get, like, if it is, like, what if it's just a Super Saiyan 4 Goku and not a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right? And then it's like Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Omega from when he fought Omega, like this moment redone. Super full power Saiyan 4 Goku. We can get a new LR for this guy. This is the only one in the game that's standalone. Super full power Saiyan 4 Goku, right? Saiyan 4. Like, if we take a look here, it's just this guy, you know? And if they really wanted to be generous, I don't think they would do this. But if they really wanted to be generous, they could easy this character. I don't think that that would happen. But this is essentially global anniversary. Like, if they wanted to make an exception and reach that far out into the future and get this guy, I mean, look at 2022, bro. 2022 is almost like it's, we're halfway done with it. I feel like almost, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, wait, 1, 2. So how many are in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 25, 28. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're not like halfway, but we're not that far off halfway. And you could argue, you know, we know like these 4 would easy A during the celebration or be safe for like next anniversary. Superhero celebration very easily can wipe these guys out. You can start picking off a lot of these other characters too, like, you know, maybe like Saiyan Saga New Year's or something for these guys. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta releases, maybe this guy, like, who knows, right? There's a bunch of options here. And then you can kind of just be like, yeah, I mean, they grabbed Yamcha, dude. Yamcha is, that's the thing, like, he's so far. I think it's just a thing of they could easy whoever they want when they want. I think this would actually be a pretty decent year for this guy to receive one for GT Heroes. I mean, if we look at like GT Heroes again specifically, imagine new full power Saiyan 4 Goku, this character Super Saiyan 3 Goku GT, then we get in Super Saiyan 4 Goku Easy A, and it's just talking about normal Easy A's like Tech Pan right here. Maybe she's not locked to slot 1 anymore. These 2 are still good, though ideally they are on well, actually, again, they fit this Team GT Heroes. It's not just grade 8 power, right? So, like, there's the potential there. There's definitely a potential. But we'll go back here to just the GT link is what I'm kind of looking for here again, because this covers all of GT characters except for the Android 17s, like the normal ones for whatever reason. It doesn't have the GT link, but we're not really going to be talking about them much here, but this is just Easy A's alone. Again, we take a look here at Super Easy A's, man. I mean, I could probably just look at this here. Like, let's take a look here. There's those Super Easy A's. None of these characters. I just want to show this page here. Omega Shenron, Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. I mean, they could do a Super Easy A for B-Pan. They could do a B-Pan Super Easy A. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Super Easy A, Super Saiyan 4 Goku Super Easy A, STR Mega Super Easy A. Like, there's quite a bit, you know? There's quite a bit for like Super Easy A potential as well. So that's obviously going to be really good. Super 17. Almost forgot about Super 17. So like, again, we were just talking about so many of these options for Easy A's already. That would, like, you know, a lot of them very exciting Easy A's, by the way. Like Super 17 with his super mega damage reduction. These 2 are just exciting characters for a lot of people. Obviously, you know, everyone would be super excited to see some of the Easy A's for like in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. If they were like, yeah, let's actually just do this guy as Easy A, right? That would be insane. But there's already just a lot of really good characters here, so that's awesome. Another thing right here we could point to, this movie edition Red Zone, right? This got a new stage during the anniversary, movie Boss Rush, right? This actually happened last year. Wow, okay, yeah, it's been a year since this, huh? Okay. I don't know why I was thinking this year, but it was last year, actually. GT Edition has not gone that stage. I mean, they're gonna do it eventually. It's out there. Take a look at the Baba Shop. The next Battlefield EZA is this guy. The Sin Shenron right there. He's the next Battlefield EZA. The last time we got a Battlefield character added was Anilaza, right? Right here. No, it wasn't Anilaza. It was where is he? Yeah, it was this guy, right? That was last year. That was a year ago. Was the last time we got a Battlefield character, and then they recently put all 5 of his copies in the shop for some reason, right? That is like a very interesting sign because they went from like 2 to like all 5 copies. So it's a thing of, okay, why did they do that? Why did they do that? Interesting. They are likely potentially planning for the next release, and the next thing to happen is Instant Shenron Shadow Dragon's EZA, right? Like, he's next in line for his Extreme Z Awakening, unless they add another LR. But I don't think they're gonna add another LR. I'm thinking they're gonna EZA this guy. This would be pretty cool too for an EZA, right? And like kind of really push GT bosses in that way. Maybe we get Dokkan Fest Baby after that celebration. Like, what if it's like part 1 is Daima, part 2 is Goku versus Omega, and then after that celebration we get like a baby Dokkan Festival into like a new tag fusing Super 17 or something. Or maybe that could even be in December. And then that's where we get like the, like, what if well, these guys wouldn't get an EZA so soon, but like I think it would be where is he? This guy right here would get his EZA, right? And then they could save some of the EZAs other than that for like the other celebration. They could very easily do that. I mean, there's a bunch of banner units as well that haven't gotten their EZA. The second anniversary banner units right here, these 4 have not gotten their Extreme Z Awakening. Let's see, the Tech Trunks, no Extreme Z Awakening. These 2 Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Vegetas, no Extreme Z Awakening. These 2 from the 4th anniversary, the Goku and Trunks are here, also nothing, right? And then we get into like closer the units like, you know, the GT Goten and Gohan, Trunks and Goten, Metarodo, right? Nova Shenron. Like, there's a lot of these characters that are banner units and good Extreme Z Awakening, and they just haven't. They've been holding on to it. It's just really interesting. These are some of the older characters though in Extreme Z Awakening. So, in fact, is there a way I could, like, could I sort by just? I don't know if I can't unfortunately sort by just because I have updated date. So like again, we could search for just SSRs here. Unfortunately, it won't let me specifically look up for just the SSRs. Or at least the UR specifically because of their awakenings. But again, we could see like some of those characters. If we went far enough, we could find some of these characters. Yeah, they should be around like here. Like again, the Super Saiyan Goku, these Bojacks. Yeah, here, these guys are right here. Like, they're super old. Like, look how far back they are. Like, they're with the Raleigh characters, right? In terms of how old they are. This Turles never got an Extreme Z Awakening. We know Xeno Trunks. I think he's the oldest character in that one. So like, they're almost like not really forgotten, but you know, for some reason they just haven't done them, right? Really interesting. So I just want to bring up a bunch of these points because I think there is merit to GT. I mean, there's honestly at this point there's like always merit for them to do GT. GT is just like, it's very like, that's the thing. Okay, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I don't understand why hype in the series might not mean hype in the game or something like that, but like, a lot of people do not like GT's writing. You know, they have nostalgia for GT, I could say. But like, a lot of people aren't like, you know, oh yeah, GT, it's peak from the start to the finish. It was so good, right? There's good moments in there though, right? There are some good moments. But the thing is that then you look at the games and GT is quite popular, right? For the games. So that's another thing of like the difference between how good and hype moments can be in the series versus how they might translate to video games specifically, right? Or gacha games in that specific situation, right? I think that is that's a little my little thing there about, you know, the other situation. Easy A's. I mean, we just talked about them, but easy A's would be really, really good. I'm not sure what you mean by this. Just easy A's? Like, are you saying like only easy A's, or are you saying like the easy A's would suck? I'm not really sure. I mean, the only reason why I'm assuming he's saying it's like sucks is because, I don't know, Spectre. The Tuple Parasite getting a DPLR. I don't think that would happen, unfortunately. Can I just include easy A's from it to save your wallet, like Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas? I mean, it's possible they just put like Daima Super Saiyan 4, and then they're like, oh, we're just gonna easy A the year 2, or Super easy A the year 2 LR. I keep saying LR, it's the Dokkan Fest, right? Don't get me started on what I'd want, right? I think a lot of people would love a Gogeta, or again, full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku would still be very exciting, I think, for a lot of people. Baby 1, Super Baby 2, and plus Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Tag Super Saiyan 4s into Gogeta plus Omega. Prime Battle Tag Kid Goku versus Android 18 for the 17 fight. Interesting. I guess, yeah, like, we don't have a free-to-play tag LR, right? We have the T-War, but we never got an LR for that, so that's interesting. And that could be an interesting character, like GT Goku 18 as a tag. Again, I personally am not thinking of GT as the entire Global Dokkan Celebration. I would only say a part of it. I would think it would be like Gogeta, or not, well, it could be Gogeta, yeah, but Goku and Omega. Tag Super Saiyan 4s into Gogeta could also very, very, very well be possible, right? Using Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Super Baby 2, this would be probably ideal. I mean, because Tag Super Saiyan 4s don't have to get a Dokkan Fest. I think they would probably make them a Dokkan Fest anyways, but I would think that they could do, they could do Super Baby 2 and then a like a Carnival Tag Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. There is the LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta medals already. There is also, you know, the Tag Gogeta medals like they could just use as well. So I don't really think that like this character needs another Dokkan Fest. I think Baby getting a Dokkan Fest would be pretty good though. I would like that. If it was 6 LRs with Daima, Sin into Omega, Tag Gogeta 4, Carnival Oob, and then Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Daima, Carnival Dune Ku, then Carnival Omega. Goma, my bad. Okay. If only 4, Omega and Tag Gogeta 4, Goku and Goma. DPLR Baby, that would be sick, dude. Like, imagine part 1, DPLR Super Saiyan 4 Adult Goku, and then Goma. And then part 2, they're like, yeah, Dokkan Fest LR Baby. And then Super Saiyan 4 Full Power Goku Carnival. From, like, the Shadow Dragon Saga actually would be really funny. And then they return, like, AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku on there. That's all I'm saying. Second anniversary Super Easy A's make all units Gogeta 4. Super Saiyan 4 things related to help with 4Q with grade 8 power. Drop Easy A's for all GG bosses on the first day. 2 weeks after World Tournament. 2 weeks once more in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. The new characters would go into the summon pool but would never be featured. You know, some people like try to be funny, but this is sad. Not at all. Gogeta 4 Super Baby 2. Yeah, we're seeing pretty much the same at. Well, okay, I was gonna say free to play LR General Rotor or Nova. If it happens in part 1 or part 2, you'll be satisfied. Yeah. Only if you have a 6-unit celebration, make half from the GT and the other half Daima. But if it's 4 units, all 4 Daima, then an easy in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Then we'll read this one as last, right? DPLR Super Saiyan 4 Tag into Gogeta, Carnival Baby, or DP Gogeta if it's standalone. Okay, wait. Or DP if Gogeta is standalone and not a tag. Part 2 if it's adult Diamond Super Saiyan 4. Part 1 if it's kid Diamond Super Saiyan 4. Both alongside Goma. Okay. Yeah, I think that's people's general like perception of it, but in terms of like what we could see, I think a lot of people would want Daima X GT. I think that would be really good. That would be a pretty good global Dokkan campaign. Have to wait and see, but let me know what you guys are thinking. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.